The deeper you go into manifestation, the more intentional you are with building what I consider and what I call quantum authority. The more you get the universe's attention, the more you learn how to work with your spirit team, the more you listen to your own intuition, the more spiritual mass that you're gaining, your life here on earth is going to start looking very, very different. And you're going to become aware of things that you were not aware of before. One of which being how your mood, how your vibration, how your choices, how you're moving through the world, the things that you're putting into your body, the things that you're consuming, the things that your subconscious is consistently taking in and making sense of is going to affect very quickly how your physical 3D reality is going to look. A lot of the times when you're starting manifestation, the void, the time delay between the time that you decide that you want the thing, you do the work that you can to become a vibrational match for it, etc., and then the time delay between when that happens and then the manifestation actually falls into your physical 3D reality is wider. It takes a little bit longer. However, just like any skill, just like any muscle, when you practice it and the universe realizes you're serious and you continue to show up for yourself and you're really serious about following through on aligned action pieces and you're really serious about listening to your intuition and you are consistently leaning in, the time delay not only gets smaller and smaller, but the manifestations can also come in not only faster but bigger as well. I am highly aware, even more so now than ever, how my physical reality outside of my body is being directly affected by what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling, what I'm calling in, what I'm putting my attention towards. And it gets a little creepy. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, it gets a little weird. So I'm just gonna give you some examples of what this can look like just in the last week. I'm not even gonna go into all of the insane stories that I've experienced over the years. We're just gonna look at the last week, just so you can have an idea of what can start to happen in your life when you get serious about becoming a master manifester. So the first thing that happened was getting a message from someone on my community that was asking a question, but instantly when I saw this person's name and the message, even though there was nothing wrong with the message, my entire body had a full body reaction, like something was wrong, something was off. And I didn't know what it was at the time, but I remember just asking the universe, and source and God, to reveal to me why I was feeling this way. And sure enough, bit by bit by bit, the pieces started coming together. I started to understand why my body and my intuition had this full body reaction, but not because I was looking for the pieces, genuinely not because I was digging for evidence or doing research on this person. I would just open my Instagram app, for example, and there would be information right there for me. Or I would open a different app and this person's content would pop up and I would be like, oh, this is so interesting. Then I had a situation yesterday where I had been feeling kind of down about some wealth mindset stuff, and I had decided to pop into a community for my coach that I pay for, and I had posted a question. I went back into the app to see if she had responded to the question, and instead somebody else's question that was almost identical to mine that had been posted a few days ago was randomly bumped to the top of the screen so that the answer to my question was the very first thing that I saw when I opened the app. I didn't even have to have someone respond to me in particular. Then last night I'm laying on the couch and I'm watching a show and I start getting this really, really high-pitched ringing in my ear. And that happens very typically if source is trying to tell me something, or if a message is incoming, or I can just feel some energy coming into my field. But this one was weird. It was a piercing sound, but it just kept happening. And I was trying to ignore it because I'm trying to watch a show, and it just kept getting louder, and it did it 3 times, which is very unusual. So I started to get this feeling that I should just go check my phone, make sure that everything was fine, make sure everything was okay. Tell me why at the exact moment that the piercing sound is going into my ear, someone was at that exact moment 3 different times trying to hack my email account. And I had gotten 3 different notifications right as each of those pings came into my physical ear that someone was trying to recover my email that wasn't me. Then last night, I forgot to take some of the supplements that I take for preventing migraines. First time in literally months, maybe even over a year. I would say actually first time in probably 2 years that I've skipped a night. And it was simply because I had taken it earlier in the day and I figured it would carry me through the night. But this morning I woke up super dizzy, super exhausted, like really kind of feeling buzzy in my head, which is what happens when I don't take my supplements. And I get a text from someone who I had met at a park. I don't know her super well, but I had met her at a park months ago. She had told me that she had migraines. I had suggested this supplement to her, which I also share the exact link to the supplements that I use inside of Reiki for Riches for my clients that are starting to have potentially like physical symptoms while we're going in and clearing things out energetically. Anyways, I gave her the link, this person that I met at the park, I gave her the link to these supplements. I have not heard from this girl in literally months. She texts me today and says, oh, I just wanted to let you know that I tried those supplements that you suggested. I don't know if I feel a difference yet. And I'm like, well, that's really weird that you would text me about this because I literally just skipped it last night for the first time in maybe 2 years and immediately had symptoms. So that was weird. Yesterday, when I was on a hike, I literally started getting like a snake energy, saw a snake in my mind's eye. When I tell you it was literally less than 5 real life seconds later, I turn my head, my eyes fall directly on a snake that's like watching me before it like pops off into the bushes. And then the craziest one of all this week was the fact that I take daily walks, okay, in my neighborhood. And I didn't realize that my spirit guides were like making a joke. I thought it was something that was coming into my own head, but there was this one house that I walked past really consistently, and there's a man there that feeds the crows. And if you watched my Law of Rewrite video, you'll know about the man that feeds the crows. Well, what's funny is every time I would walk past this house, and I'm talking about for months, and I would think of the man that feeds the crows, this voice in my head would be like, oh, the wizard, the wizard. And I'm like, why am I thinking it's a wizard? Tell me why, when his wife came over the other day to introduce herself, she says his name is Merlin. Like literally Merlin the Great, like literally one of the greatest wizards of all time. My guides were like making a joke. I did not know his name for months, and they were telling me, oh, the wizard lives there. Oh, the wizard lives there. Me not even knowing that his name was literally Merlin or Marlin, but very close. When I tell you, I literally had a phone call hit my phone like maybe 48 hours ago. I didn't pick it up because I didn't recognize the message. They leave a message, and it's the swimming pool that's like tracking me down, trying to give me money back because they are insisting that they owe me money and that they want to give me a refund. Then I have a moment that I'm remembering last night, or maybe it was 2 nights ago, but I think it was last night, where because I was in this weird energy it's like this weird purging energy that I was in, that I was trying to get out of, and my guides knew that I was struggling. I go to open up my Instagram account, my entire screen like glitches, and the very first video that is now there is like a message that feels like it's exactly from my guides at the exact moment and time that I needed it. And the coolest thing about this entire experience is that like I'm not special. Like it's not like I'm God's favorite and, you know, the only reason that I experience this is because I have spiritual gifts. Like, no, it is insane how many of my clients inside of Reiki for Riches who pay $33 a month to get access to 5 hours of abundance energy healing sessions. And as they start going through these energy healing sessions, yes, money wins are very consistent and they happen very often, but it's not just money wins. They're like, holy shit, my entire life is changing. My nervous system is opening up. I had a client that said that she started having dreams again for the first time in 15 years. Things that were delayed for months or years start working really effortlessly for clients. I even had a client say that after she went through the ancestral healing session, now every single time that she leaves her house to walk her dog, she finds money on the ground. Every single time. I also do monthly oracle card readings for my clients inside of Reiki for Riches that kind of go into a predictive monthly energy where we go in and we look at what the energetic themes are coming up, and Source lets me know what to expect. Clients have had synchronicities inside of the sessions where like I pull a card of an owl, for example, and then 5 of my other clients also pull owl cards within like the next 48 hours. So this magic is available to you too. It's not just me. If that is something that you're interested in and you would love to be in a community where we don't think you're crazy, where you get to experience more synchronicities, more daily magic, more connection with the divine, more guidance from your spirit team, please join us inside of Reiki for Riches. I will leave information on how to join us in the caption below. And let me know if anything like this happens to you consistently already.